So what if you're young or old? Don't let that stop you. Hello everyone guys, John here. And we are back again with another new episode of the Hustle Factory podcast. How is everyone doing today? At the time of me recording this episode right now, I'm actually recording this episode literally 1 in the morning here in Avon Park, Florida. How's your 2023 so far? Whatever it is, just go ahead and comment down below and let me know what you guys got going on. And before I forget, if you happen to be a new listener of this podcast, first and foremost, I just want to go ahead and welcome you to this podcast. In this podcast, I mainly cover motivational rants about life, and with it, I use my entrepreneurial thoughts about it. So if you're that type of person who's into motivational rant, then you are definitely in the right podcast. And from time to time, I also do interview episodes with variety of content creators out there. I also do some other types of content. I will go ahead and leave all the YouTube playlists on the description below or in the card above. Updates-wise about myself and this podcast, it's not really a whole lot. Just the usual, doing my 9-to-5 job. Podcast-wise, well, actually, I've been thinking about a new type of series for this podcast. And honestly, I'm not even 100% sure yet if I want to go on that route yet. Either way, if you want to learn more about this and you want to know more updates about my podcast, make sure you guys are following us on all of our socials. And as always, guys, if you haven't listened or watched the previous episode titled Defining Success in 2023, you guys can also click the card above as well. It's going to show up. Highly recommend that you guys listen and watch this episode. And it is also available on our platforms as well. And once again, you guys are actually fucking nailing it and crushing it with all the amount of views and support that on YouTube and on other platforms as well. Thank you for all the support out there. And I do hope that eventually I can finally connect with my real audience out there. Where are you guys? It's so difficult to find you guys. Maybe I just got to do a little bit of digging around. In today's My Motivational Rant Series, I would like to go ahead and do another entrepreneurial rant that I seriously need to address because I feel like only a few certain amount of content creators out there kind of does so. I mean, in the exception of for Gary Vaynerchuk, that is, because one, he's the fucking GOAT. Two, everything that he has said so far is straight fucking facts, so yes, that's why. What I wanted to address today is all about whether is it really too late for someone out there to pursue their own passion. Oh, by the way, a quick disclaimer about this podcast as well. If you're an absolute of a Karen, then there is a 99.9% chance you'll be incredibly offended. I'm just letting you know right now, you have been warned. Now then, getting to the nature of this rant's episode, let me ask you guys a quick question, guys. How many times have you ever heard someone telling you that you're way too young or too old to be pursuing this? Perhaps you're more likely to hear the most asked question, aren't you way too old to be still doing this? Aren't you already past your prime, old man? Comment down below if this is completely relatable to you, and how do you usually typically deal with it? Do you just ignore it or do you say something about it? And you know what, guys? I do find it incredibly fucking annoying that some people out there would just ask you such a very stupid question in the first place. I mean, I know not all of us have the ability to start a normal conversation out there this day. Maybe we're just weird people these days. Or, I mean, are we really that curious? Are they really that incredibly bored that they got nothing better to ask? What do you guys think? Or am I just overthinking this stuff? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not. And with that being said, I would like to take this opportunity to share my thoughts about the idea whether it's just too late to pursue your own passion at such an age. Before moving on to the first minute of this episode, I would like to ask you guys a very simple yet serious question. I mean, what is it that you really wanted to pursue in your life? A better job? Or a career? Turning your hobby into a potential side hustle? Or eventually turn it into a full-time job that you can make money out of it? But please don't do it for the sake of the money. Go ahead and do not hesitate to comment down below and let me know what is it that you want to pursue? What is your dreams? What are your goals? Getting on to the first point of this episode is that I wanted to take this opportunity and briefly tell you guys some of the favorite stories that I know by successful people out there that we all know very well now. And the first one is, at the age of 19, Facebook was founded and started by a college dropout. Keep that in mind, guys. A college dropout. One of the most popular social media platforms out there was started by none other than Mark Zuckerberg, the myth, the legend. I mean, do you realize if it wasn't for this college dropout, Facebook would never cease to exist, and even more, social media would just be a thing in the past? I mean, we're only gonna have just MySpace or Friendster. Do you guys still even remember MySpace? Do you still even have your MySpace account? Because I already completely forgot about my MySpace account years ago back in high school. And here's a fun fact about that. Mark Zuckerberg actually found Facebook while he was in college. I think that's the story. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Next thing I want to share is that one of the most popular video communication platform out there known as Zoom was actually founded by Eric Yuan, I hope I pronounced his name right. Eric Yuan is actually a former vice president of the Cisco system. Not only he left the company, and he also founded this company, which is Zoom, at the age of 41. And fun fact about this is that when the company went public in 2019, he instantly became a billionaire. I mean, wow. And not only that, did you guys know during the COVID-19 crisis, his net worth and success literally grew exponentially huge? It's like, did he took advantage of the whole pandemic thing? Is it because everyone was getting quarantined and nobody can get out and everything's all online? Maybe so. Maybe it's not such a bad thing, because if it wasn't for Zoom Day, we wouldn't be able to have this online classes and so on. What are your thoughts about that? Let me know in the comments. Here's another good one, guys. One of my favorite comics back in the day was Marvel Comics, and you should know by now who founded that, and that will be Stan Lee is the one who actually founded. His first comic hit was actually the Fantastic Four. It was back in 1961, and he was literally in his 40s when he started the Marvel Universe that we all know and love. And the only sad part about all this is that unfortunately he passed away at the age of 95 in 2018. I really remember everybody was talking about Stan Lee. He was really the GOAT, the legend of all comic books era out there. Now, I will tell you this, guys. That's what I call living. Zero fucking regrets. It doesn't matter. The fact that he died at the age of 95 in 2018 and he was able to do what he loves to do, that is the most important thing in life. And now, you guys should be familiar with this Hollywood actor, and his name is Samuel L. Jackson. He's pretty much been a Hollywood staple now for the past couple of years now, When he first started, actually, guys, he wasn't able to land an award-winning role until the age of 43. Did you guys know that? And you know what? If you know your movies very well, then you would know what movie he starred on 1991. Let me know in the comments below if you know what movie that is. No lie about it. He's probably one of my favorite Hollywood actors out there. Probably my top 5. He's my favorite Hollywood actor out there because of his personality-wise on set and off set. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that he has a zero filter language. So I guess that really what intrigues me the most about him. And guys, if you're liking and seeing such a massive value to this episode so far, please take a consideration and give this episode a huge thumbs up and comment down below so far what you think about it. What are your thoughts about it so far? And those are just few of the stories that I really love. And I know there are some other stories out there that literally tasted success in their lives at such a old age or young age, doesn't matter. So go ahead and comment down below if you know some of the stories just like that, and let me know which one of the stories I just mentioned you like the most. And moving on to the next point is I want to actually take a little bit of time on this last point. And don't worry, guys, it's not going to take that long because actually we are almost about to wrap up this episode actually, so not to worry, guys. So moving on to the second point of this episode. Is it truly too late for you to pursue your passion? So here's the thing. Based on what you have heard about these short stories I mentioned earlier, you should already seen some sort of a pattern in those stories. The fact that each and every single one of them have to face an obstacle from the beginning and into the end, as well as the majority of them, they started off when someone's doubting their age, whether they started off way too young or they started off in their 40s. Who gives a fuck? And you know what, guys? If it wasn't for all that, I mean, look at them now. What do you think what would happen if they actually listened to the ones who have ever doubted them and even disrespected their own passion and grind? Do you think they're gonna be on that very instant moment now? Fuck no. So my question to anyone out there is, what is your fucking excuse why you're not pursuing what you wanted in life? Is it because are you too old or too young? That's just a fucking stupid excuse. Hell no. I mean, I know not all of us share the same principles or standards in life, but can we at least agree pursuing what you're very passionate is such an amazing feeling to have? I mean, am I the only one who thinks that way? Or is it just because I grew up in a different generation or what? I mean, I don't know. That's just my honest opinion about that. And you know what? You guys can go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section below, whether it's good or bad. And you know what? I do find it incredibly intriguing and funny as hell that there are so many people out there, they will just say it's too late for you to pursue your own passion. And vice versa wise, whether it's too late for you to pursue because of your own age, you're too old or you're too young. Who gives a fuck? I mean, why do they waste their fucking energy so much on such a stupid ass opinion about it anyways, when they can't even fucking prove it in the first place? I mean, that shit really makes me scratch my head so hard that I may have an actual case of a dandruff. I mean, I'm scratching my head right now for no reason, That's how baffled I am. And I'll tell you why, in my honest opinion, why they say that all the time. I say that the majority of the time, they're just a bunch of jealous haters out there and doubters that who know for a fact that they don't have the guts to follow what they want to do in life, and now they're just out there being such an ass about it to you, and they're just being so toxic to you. And I think it's about time for them to stop wasting their time about it, and maybe they should start focusing all of their energy on pursuing what they wanted to do. Do you guys agree or disagree? Before wrapping up this episode, here's one more thing I wanted to say. Some of you guys may wonder, how do I exactly find what I am very passionate about? Well, that's very easy to answer. Let me break it down for you a bit. First, you don't have to be an expert on something in order to be passionate about. I mean, if you're an expert or you're very good at something, then you know what? That is an amazing incentive to have in the first place. At the same time, the real caveat to all of this is that you can actually learn all these certain skills that you need to succeed. This isn't like only available to a certain group of people out there. This isn't only available to 1% of the world. Hell no. I mean, there's a reason why there's fucking YouTube out there. You can literally go to YouTube or Google and you can literally search up how to start streaming or I don't know, how to start dropshipping business. It doesn't fucking matter. You can literally look up everything you needed to know on YouTube. It's that easy. Everyone has a smartphone. Everyone has a laptop, some sort of an internet connection out there. Whew, sorry about that, guys. I'm getting a little bit ranty there. But hey, this is my Motivational Rant Series after all. I would say the easiest way to put it is just find something that makes you genuinely happy. And you know what? Not something what other tells you to do so. I mean, that's the last thing that you want to happen. You don't want it to do something that you don't want to do in the first place. Whether it's playing video games and perhaps you decided to get into streaming niche, maybe you want to start a podcast just like me. I mean, there's plenty of things to consider out there. The possibilities are fucking endless, guys. I mean, hey, even fucking sports, it doesn't matter. Wrapping up this episode by pointing out some of the few important things to keep in mind about success overall. The ugly truth about success is that some people out there are just born incredibly lucky, knowing exactly what they want to do in life. Can anyone relate to that? There are just some people out there who were just born lucky because I feel like they had enough resources that helps them out in the first place. Or, maybe they were born lucky because the fact that they were born into a wealthy family and they were able to help them out and so on. At the same time, you also got to see this on the other side of it as well. Or maybe they got incredibly lucky because not only they did it at the right time and at the right place, so they worked their asses off, they put so much grind and hustle to that, they did not stop. So that's another way to look at it. I look at it actually in a better perspective. If you already have a passion or a dream that you wanted to pursue, then always make sure that you remember why is it that you're doing it in the first place. Never forget your why, and that's very important to your overall success. In addition, never forget that pursuing your passion isn't always going to be a cakewalk, because believe me, you will certainly for sure will face many challenges out there, and especially a shitload of haters out there who will do everything in their power to stop you pursuing it. Fuck those guys. You do you. Ignore those dumbasses. And I mean, please don't ever give up when things goes hard or sour. I know life can be shitty sometimes. I've been there. I've been on the same boat as you guys. I mean, after all, this is part of the process, guys. It's not supposed to be easy in the first place, because if it's that easy, then everyone can literally achieve their dreams and goals in literally one day. It's not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to work for it. It's not given. You need to earn that. That's the point. Please, just have some faith in the process, and believe me, it will surely pay you back 100 times fucking better than you expected and imagined. Lastly, always remember, age is just a fucking number. Nothing more, nothing less. Age is an irrelevant excuse why, as long as you have the mindset to succeed and always believing in yourself, and especially the process, you will surely fucking crush it. And that is the wrap, guys. I want to go ahead and thank everyone out there for listening and watching this episode right now. And you guys can actually watch the rest of my Motivational Rant Series playlist on the top card above or in the description below. Aside from YouTube, you guys can listen to this podcast on our other platforms as well. All of the platforms will be in the description as well. You will see all the platforms I'm available on. I'm planning to expanding on other platforms too. I'm still trying to work on them out. If you're happening to be listening to this podcast on Anchor and you actually find this episode incredibly valuable, make sure to give us a follow there and give us a review and hit us up with the voice message Anchor app there. In addition, if you're feeling generous about it, guys, if you can and if you feel like it, you can drop a quick donation about it, and it would really mean the world to me, guys. Any amount will do. I will never force you guys to donate, but if you can, that would be amazing. Thumbs up to you guys. You guys are amazing. And, just a quick shout out for Chance Mac for providing me the music to use for the outro and intro of this podcast. Make sure to give him a follow on his social medias, on Twitter, Instagram, and as well on his Spotify. Check him out. He got some amazing content and amazing music. Make sure that you guys are following us on all of our socials. Everything will be in the description below. And I just wanted to say one more thing, is that I do hope that you guys are having an amazing month so far. Just remember, guys, you guys can definitely crush it this year. Keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in the fucking process. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys later. Keep up the hustle and the grind alive and burning. Jalen Demas signing out.